Your Eminence, Cardinal Nichols, Your Grace, Bishop of London, ladies and gentlemen, wow. I am so thrilled and so excited just to see this wonderful group of people here in our St. John's Wood Synagogue, which is the premier synagogue in this country. As Harris mentioned, I have some very fond memories from this synagogue within which I was installed into office 4.5 years ago. And this particular occasion is a most significant one to take place here in this synagogue building. It's a great honor for us to welcome this evening the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, so very popular, our wonderful mayor, who is the champion of everything that is good in our society, upholding great values and fighting against intolerance and hatred. Sadiq, thank you so much for everything you do, for everything you stand for, and just your presence here this evening. Third year in a row is a statement of your commitment to everything that we're striving to do, to bring people together, to build bridges, and to make this into a better society. Cardinal Nichols, you were present here in St. John's Wood Synagogue on that day of my installation, and you and I have a warm relationship, as indeed do our two communities, and thank you for your sterling spiritual leadership that you are providing for our country. And Bishop of London, it's so wonderful, so early in your tenure, that you're gracing us with your presence here this evening, that you have chosen this iftar amongst many others to attend. It's a statement of your commitment to young people and your overall dedication, and we wish you every blessing for your tenure in your most important position within this country. In the book of Psalms, King David declares, Hinei matov u'manaim shevet achim gam yachad. Behold how good and how pleasant it is when brethren come together in unity. Notice that two descriptive terms are used, good and pleasant. And our rabbis explain as follows. Sometimes you can have something which is good, but it's not pleasant. I can think, for example, of some medications, some medical procedures. Sometimes, on the other hand, you can have something which is very pleasant, but it's not good. I suppose a whole host of sins would fall into that category. But King David wants us to know that there are some very special phenomena which actually are both good and pleasant. And one of them is when brothers and sisters come together in a spirit of amity, harmony, and unity. And that is exactly what is happening here this evening. We are all brothers and sisters in faith. And thank you so much, Harris, for everything that you do and for being the great inspiration behind this event and so many other events. And we are following you in all of your initiatives and in your great efforts to make this society into a better one. It's good for all of us to be together. At a time when there is so much intolerance, that we're showing understanding and tolerance and affection towards others, at a time when there is a very worrying level of hatred within our society, it's great that we should show our sense of togetherness. And it's therefore sending out such a hugely important message for us to be here this evening, and it is seriously pleasant. It's a great pleasure for us in the Jewish community to host you all here tonight. A feature of the last two iftars has been the selfie. We discovered at our first iftar, at least I discovered, that the Mayor of London is an expert in the whole world of selfies. He knows exactly how to hold up that stick, get everybody into it. He did it again last year. And I'm hoping that it's on the cards this evening as well, because it's a very special moment for all of us to be in it. And you know, the concept of a selfie is an interesting one. As its name suggests, it's all about me, myself, where I'm standing, what I'm close to, or who I am with. But if you have a look at those selfies of the last 2 years, which went viral, and hopefully tonight's will as well, what has that selfie represented? It's been me within a sea of other faiths, a sea of other faces. It's me with my personal beliefs, my strong ideology, everything that I live and stand for, in the midst of others some of whom feel and believe just like me, and many who don't. And that is the strong statement that we're making here tonight. That in Britain of the future, we want all members of faith to be proud of their traditions, to stand up for what their religion speaks about, and at the same time to play an integral role within our society, to utilize the strengths and the beauty of their faith traditions to enhance our society. And in that way, through wonderful harmony, all can benefit from what we do. My final message that I want to give to you tonight relates to one of the best-known Hebrew words. It's the word for peace, which is shalom, and I'm sure you all know that. But perhaps you don't all know that the word in Hebrew shalom actually has 4 different meanings. So first of all, it's peace, coming from the root shalem, which means whole or complete, as is the case in the city of completion and wholeness, which is Yerushalayim, Jerusalem. So shalom is peace. Shalom also means hello. So when you greet somebody in our tradition, you say shalom, hello. And that's a wonderful sentiment, because essentially when you're greeting a person, you're saying, peace be upon you. May you be blessed with peace. The third meaning, fascinatingly, is goodbye. So when you're bidding farewell to somebody, you say shalom. That means cheers, goodbye. And the sentiment here is that we want you now to be blessed with peace as we bid farewell to you, so that you should have peace well into the future. It sometimes can be challenging to know if a person's saying hello or goodbye. But actually, if you've been with them for 2 or 3 hours, I think you can presume that the shalom is goodbye. If, however, it's the first time at an event that somebody's coming over to you and says shalom, you're hoping that it's not goodbye and that it is hello. Now we come to the 4th and most significant meaning of shalom. Shalom is one of the names of God. Isn't that incredible? God's name is peace. And therefore, when we greet people, we're actually giving them the blessing that God should be in their lives. May God be with you. May you have godly, uplifted, spiritually motivated, enhanced lives. And when you bid farewell to somebody, you're saying, may God be with you now for the duration of all time. Further to us saying farewell to each other. The fact that God's name means peace indicates that the essence of God's existence is peace. So central is it to his identity, and so central is it to his aspirations for our society. And that's why every morning in synagogue, we start our central, most important section of prayers by saying, blessed are you, O Lord, our God, who makes peace and creates everything. And our sentiment there is that without peace, everything is simply of no value. This evening I say to all of you, Shalom Aleichem. It's our way of saying Assalamu Alaikum. May peace be upon you. And with this sentiment, I'm saying hello to all of you. It's not yet a time for goodbye, but I'm certainly saying, may God be with you all. Thank you so much for showing leadership, for being part of this particular initiative. And please, God, emerge from today's magnificent occasion to be our ambassadors, to go out there, to broadcast what you've seen and what you've experienced here to everybody you know and to everybody you see, in order that shalom, peace, should be increasingly within our challenged world, and in order that shalom, God, will be forever within our hearts and our minds, and his ways will be reflected through everything that we do. Thank you very much.